Hi there everyone and welcome back to Get Indie Gaming. In this video, the second in the series, we take a look into the top 5 best looking games on the Kickstarter funding platform for February. Before we do, let's take a few moments to explore how the games I picked out in the January edition fared against their funding goals. First up, we had Lands Unknown, this vastly ambitious historical RPG. Having brought in close to $7,000, this sadly fell well short of its $100,000 goal. Sadly, Liquid Metal also failed in its attempt to reach a goal of $65,000 and was back to the tune of just over $4,500. And at last, some good news. Super Red Hot Hero was successfully funded, raising €7,500 against a funding goal of 7.4. The gorgeously looking hand-drawn Sundered, well, it blew apart its target of $25,000 Canadian dollars and finished the fundraising campaign having reached just under $202,000. Sundered is available to pre-order now. The final game from last month's Kickstarter showcase was also successfully funded. Receiving just over $30,000 versus a target of $21,000, this enabled the team behind the Pedestrian to also unlock 2 of their stretch goals within the project. Once launched later this year, players will have access to an in-game editor and will be able to create their own levels. The second and somewhat intriguing stretch goal addition relates to the inclusion of an additional feline friend gameplay character, which is set to feature and aid the player at some point within the game. Many congratulations to those successful in reaching their funding goals and commiserations to the teams who fell short. And with that, let's jump straight into the top 5 best looking games on the Kickstarter funding platform this February.
Deep within the realm of Castle Adiat, renowned for the Blue Dragon faction, lay a confused king, his trusted nobles, and a few unsung heroes that may not be so trusting as factions become divided. Rumors of treason echo through these castle walls, and now we are at war amongst ourselves. We must quickly discover friend from foe before nightfall.
Kicking the month off and looking for $20,000, Throne of Lies is an online multiplayer game inspired by medieval politics and traditional tabletop games where social deduction skills are everything. The goal of the game seems simple enough: discover who you can trust and dispose of the rest. Featuring 4 factions and over 100 class abilities, the game's set to offer an intriguing choice-driven gameplay for up to 16 people at a time. If successfully funded, Throne of Lies will launch initially on Windows, with Linux and Mac ports arriving at a later date. At this month's number 4, No Mercy follows the story of 4 main characters, Elliot, Ray, Belle and Orion, and is looking for $30,000 in funding. It's an old-fashioned, out-and-out brawler built around the lives of those aforementioned strangers who find themselves in a forest as an ancient darkness, the corruption, breaks free. It plays like Castle Crashers mixed with the discoverable narrative of games like Journey, Braid and the Stanley Parable. The game looks set to offer a hack and slash fest with plenty button mashing a go-go, launching on the PC in the first quarter of 2018 with possible console ports to follow. Up next at number 3, in a fine nod to the arcade side-scrolling shoot-'em-ups of the past, Sentinel is looking to raise £15,000 and to launch across PC, mobile and consoles come the summer of this year. The game will feature 4K graphics, epic boss battles, awesome power-ups and all this running at 60 frames per second. Stretch goals include additional gameplay modes, with yet more to follow if successfully funded. With a demo available to download today and some funky looking pledge rewards such as an old school USB cassette version of the game, this is a rare example of a retro looking pixel-led creation I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on.
1980 started like the decades before it. On a slow Tuesday afternoon where the Atlantic and Indian Oceans met, the Penrose appeared.
From the team at the Brotherhood and the creators of Stasis and Kane, Beautiful Desolation is a point-and-click post-Armageddon adventure title, all wrapped together with a 1980s retro look and feel. Players will be able to explore a futuristic wasteland to discover villages, destroyed cities, and uncover the secrets of strange and abandoned technology. The uniquely never-before-seen post-apocalyptic gameplay African setting opens up a menagerie of bizarre creatures, vibrant characters, and a new world inspired by sub-Saharan flora and fauna. With a funding goal of $120,000, which at the time this video airs has already been surpassed, Beautiful Desolation is scheduled to arrive on the PC sometime in late 2019. And so we have it, February's #1 best looking game on Kickstarter. Well, this comes from two of the lead developers who worked on BioShock, Borderlands, Uncharted and the Saints Row series. So here we have anew The Distant Light, which is seeking $30,000 of funding. With anew we have an open world action exploration game for PC and console. It's seemingly inspired by the classic games such as Metroid, Cave Story and Dark Souls. Anew will appeal to fans of platforming, combat, exploration and video storytelling. The visuals here look organically shaped with deep, multi-paned landscapes with dramatic lighting and visual effects, with each landscape, enemy and background having been hand-painted by the designers. This all looks set to offer a genuinely interesting and engaging gameplay experience with an estimated launch date sometime in the summer of next year. And so with that, we're almost done for this February edition of the top 5 best looking games on Kickstarter. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and rest assured there's plenty more to come from Get Indie Gaming over the forthcoming weeks and months. Now, given the number of games looking for funding via Kickstarter, it's inevitable I might have missed something that particularly took your fancy. Banner Saga 3 is certainly one I've passed over here, and perhaps that may be controversial. In this instance, I simply wanted to showcase a few other titles that might otherwise have missed you and passed you by. No doubt Banner Saga 3, when it launches, will be a cracking game. But anyway, I'm always happy to hear your thoughts and suggestions, so on this, please jot them down in the comments section below. And that's pretty much all we've got time today, so please come back soon for more videos, and until next time, all the best.